What's going on, YouTube? It's BlakeWendt back for a new video, and today I'm going to be explaining from a finance aspect how I was able to purchase my dream car at 17. Now, to get this out of the way right at the start, how this car was purchased, it was purchased in full. I was paying my parents for a year and a half up until I bought the car, and then right as I was buying the car, I realized that there's a Scat Pack version, so I was originally going to get the V6, a brand new V6 version. There's the exact same one in the Scat Pack, the V8, everything like that. I was like, wow, I just need that one. But I was a little bit cash short, you know, I didn't want to put all my money on it. So my parents had just taken like so they take the money that I paid them, a little bit extra, they just bought the car in full because I did not want to pay 9-10% interest rates, and then I paid them back within the 6 months, which was really kind of them for doing. And but yeah, so the car is completely mine, completely paid off, paid for all of it. So I'm just gonna run through today, just because a lot of people want to see somebody with a car, or they want to see them with anything, and they want to hate on them for having it. I just want to come on here today and explain how I was able to purchase that car, right? It is no miracle. There is no fast way to get rich, but it was really me grinding from the age of 12 years old that had helped me purchase a car at 17, right? It was 5 years of grinding as a little kid. So if we start off at the start of my career of just trying to make money, the first thing I ever made money off of was YouTube. I used to have this channel called Nike Patty that got me up to 17,000 subscribers. You can go look it up still. I used to make compilations of just other people's videos, like Bradley Martin fighting compilation. If you've ever seen that video, that's my video. It's got like 7 million views. I only got paid up to like 1 million views. Had I kept getting paid from that, I'd probably have like 100 grand just from that video or something like that. Something crazy. I did the math before. But yeah, pretty much. I would make videos like that. I would make compilations of other people's videos. I wouldn't change them at all. And I was getting paid from it, right? Now, YouTube has changed. Since YouTube has changed their rules, you cannot take other people's content and repost it and get paid for it. It was a bummer when I found out about it, but I had made a decent amount of money from that. At only like 13, 14 years old, I had over 10 grand, I think it was. And that was like, I was like, wow, look at me, you know, like, and so I'd given just about all this money to my dad, who had invested this for me, because as a 13, 14-year-old kid with more than 10 grand, it was not a smart idea for me to just like hold on to it, because, you know, I didn't even know what I was going to do with it at the time. So I had basically given all this money to my dad, who had invested this money, which had grown into about, I think it had grown like 50-60% before I figured out what I wanted to do with it. Now, I didn't take all of this out, but I slowly started taking back some money, you know, because my dad had put it in an investing account separate from me so the money could grow just through some stocks and things like that. And basically when I started taking some of it back out is when I got into the shoe reselling game. And the shoe reselling game was the longest thing that I've ever been in. I'll probably never be back into it again, you know what I'm saying? That was stressful. That was a whole different story. But yeah, shoe reselling is what I got into next. And it started off really slow. Like I bought like 4 or 5 pairs of shoes, and then all of a sudden I bought like 10, then I bought 15. Then I took over the guest bedroom in my house full of like 200, 300, 400 pairs of shoes. Used, new, I sold everything. I resold everything. I then grew that into selling shirts. I sold Bape shirts, Louis Vuitton shirts, I don't even know. I sold everything. Anything that you could think of, I had it and I was selling it. And for a while that was going really good. When the economy was going good, people were buying that stuff. And then all of a sudden you saw this shift into where people didn't want shoes as much. People didn't want expensive bags as much. People didn't want all this stuff as much. So I get stuck with about 150 pairs of shoes, and I probably ended up taking losses on 75 of those pairs, which was, you know, that sucks. And that definitely took a big hit of my money, but I made money from about 14 to like 16 doing this, like 16 and a half doing this. And so yeah, the hits were nothing like the gains, but it definitely hurt me at the end there. And that was like my big thing. And so then I figured out after that, I was like, okay, so I got all this money again. All right, we got to put it back in the stocks because that's what I did before, or else I'd probably maybe not end up spending it, but end up just doing something stupid with the money, buying something stupid that I didn't need. So at this time, we had opened up a youth account for me. So I picked the stocks that I invested it in, and I had access to the money at any time. So I put that money in there, and then I realized, I really have a passion for jewelry, gemstones, stuff like that. I started selling a ton of jewelry in wholesale, bulk, sterling silver jewelry, stainless steel jewelry, just everything. I must have moved about 10,000 chains. Just I had watches, I had anything you could think of. Moissanite and sterling silver was really my key point in just selling stuff like that. And yeah, I did that for about another year, and that was going really well. But I had expanded through that until the point where I really couldn't like sell anymore and just like be normal, because I would get 100 orders and I would have to come down here with trays of jewelry, and I would just sit in this exact same chair, this exact same table right here. I would be sitting here with earbuds in, just packaging this stuff for just hours while I was in school, and that was actually really hard. That was like the hardest grind of my life, was doing this jewelry stuff. And so as I slowly geared that down, I slowly started selling less. I sold out of like some of my current inventory. This was like around when I had purchased the car. And when I purchased the car, I was paying my dad for it, or my mom and dad for it, for like a year and a half now. And then, like I said, the Scat Pack edition costed like a little bit more than the V6 edition. It's a brand new car with extended warranty on it. So yeah, for anybody wondering why didn't I get a Hellcat, that's the reason. I wanted a brand new car. I wanted to be the first one to drive it. I wanted to make sure it wasn't beat. I want to make sure this car lasts me. It was my dream car. I want to have this car for a while. I'm super happy with it. And so yeah, as I slowly got out of the jewelry, I saved all my money and I got it back into investing. And as of now, I've just really been pushing my social media and enjoying my time left until I go to college. I still do sell some jewelry on the side, I will say. And as of now, I am selling a ton of colognes. I have partnered with a shop locally that sells colognes, and I just kind of help them sell it. And that's kind of my current sales point. I feel like there's just so many things that I've been selling along the way. But the jewelry is where I ended up when I bought the car, so I guess I'm not really including the cologne portion. But basically, that is how I bought my car when I was 17. I just walked you through everything it took. It took many years. It took me probably too many years, but I was young, so it was hard to learn how to make money and be young. I didn't have a 9-to-5 job. I did all this being a full-time student. I graduated on like the honor roll or whatever else that was. I had great grades, everything else, and I was still able to do this. So it was a great achievement for me, and I found it was just, it was deserving. It was a great day. I remember the day. Over a year now owning the car, the gas is crazy. Please lower gas prices for me. That premium gas is not cheap, but there you have it. That is how I bought my dream car at 17. If you're new here, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you want to see next, and I'm out. Peace.